Hi guys. Hi, welcome everyone. How are you? Good evening. Kiran, I'm audible. You can see my screen. Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Hi Ajay. Uh, Hi Mahinder. I can see a lot of people joining. Some people are joining from their iPhone. Guys, if you can just rename your iPhone to your name from where you have joined. I mean, your name, so at least we can see your name and I can ask some questions if I want. So guys, meanwhile we start, I'll recommend, and it is, I mean, important for us to understand our audience who is joining. And I recommend if you are a Oracle DB or if you are a Cloud DBA or if you are a Apps DBA or if you are a system engineer, just type in who you are. Like what is your current profile? Like if you are working as an Oracle DBA, just type Oracle DBA in the chat. If you are working as a system admin, just write system admin in the chat so that I can just understand that what from which like background you guys are coming from. So meanwhile, I'll start you guys. Okay, Vaishnavi has written Oracle DBA, perfect. Okay, OAC developer, okay, perfect. Oracle Apps DBA, very good. Oracle DBA. So I think a lot of people are Apps DBA and DBA. Application support engineer, okay, perfect, perfect. SQL DBA, okay, perfect. Core WebLogic DB. Okay, fine. So meanwhile, you guys just type in. I'll just start. So today I'm not going to take much of your time. First thing, okay. I'll just introduce about the course. I'll introduce why it is picking up in the market, and I think everybody might be aware about OCI. That is the fastest picking cloud right now. So OCI is the fastest picking cloud. The numbers, if you see, for the last few years, it has been actually giving tough competition to GCP. Now OCI has slipped to no OCI has been able to upskill their ladder and they are on the third number now. GCP would be pushed to fourth. AWS remains same the best and the most selling cloud. Azure also is on the second number. But I am today going to talk about OCI, which is picking up fast and which is very good for all the DBAs and like for all the apps DB or system admins, right? Because OCI is something which is very huge. So if somebody is there who has not even heard about OCI up till now and who doesn't know what is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Just ping, I don't know that. I mean, no questions asked. Just I want to understand if there is somebody who has even not heard about Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, which I think there will be nobody. But even if you don't know, that is also okay. Just ping in the chat window that I don't know. I know nothing about this. Okay. So today I'm going to just try to wind up this in next 45 minutes. I'll try to focus 15 to 20 minutes in explaining about the course and what OCI is, how the community is growing, uh, how why the customers are looking for more and more cloud engineers, why the customers are looking specifically for the cloud DBAs to enter into this field and start migrating their databases, understanding their infrastructure, right? And start migrating the on-premise infrastructure. And then I will tell you a bit about myself. I think there might be few people who know me because I've like trained many people up till now. I think I've trained more than 1,000 people on OCI and Exadata up till now. So there might be many people who earlier know me who might be there in my earlier batches and have joined this webinar. So if you know me from before, just type I know you, right? And if you are new, then it's okay. So now see, OCI is something which is actually picking, and this has started like 5, 6 years back. I have been I've got the opportunity to start working with OCI very early when the initial phase of the deployments when it was a Gen 1. So earlier when Oracle launched the cloud, it was called Gen 1, that is generation 1. But then again, they found a lot of bugs in that, a lot of bugs were there in the Gen 1. So they just revamped their cloud and they just made it to Gen 2. So now whatever we are running in the OCI is generation 2, and that is very secured, very optimized, and it has a lot of features. And the security is the prime objective of OCI. Like, so they have the infrastructure they have built in is very, very secured. So I'm going to talk about this, and I'm also going to talk about the mindset of the customers, why they are shifting to cloud, right? So there's a reason to it. Nobody wants to spend or bring in new technology without any advantage. If there is no advantage, the customer will never try to go to any other technology, right? Okay, so one guy I think don't know about this. So I think by the end of this session, you will be getting to know about this OCI. Now see, when I mean I have been into many interviews. I'm parallelly taking many interviews, and I have worked with many customers. I have helped around 50 plus customers to migrate to cloud. And what I understand that DBAs and the system engineers, everybody of you, today or tomorrow, you will need to anyhow upskill to cloud. There is no other option. I'm telling you, no other option. The customers are drastically moving to cloud. They are getting a lot of cost savings, a lot of advantages. So they are moving to cloud. So what I mean, this course which I have curated is based on my experience, is based on what I know the customer needs and what I know you need in order to break your interview or upskill your journey. Because I have been the one who was a DBA and then I became an Exadata SME and then I migrated as a cloud engineer and then upskilled as a cloud architect, principal architect, and then right now I'm working as a master architect. So what you need to do to understand this cloud and get to a role, a better role than a Oracle DBA, you have to deep dive into Oracle Cloud. For that, you need to perform pure hands-on. So this course, what I'm talking about, is 70% practical. Mind it, it is 70% practical, right? Theory is 30%. So because I know that if you don't know, if you don't do the actual practicals, you will never get to understand any technology, right? So I do the practicals. I'll also show our practical labs what we do, and you have to. I mean, we do this practical labs with you. I personally do this labs with you, and then you will also perform the labs in the weekends or whenever you get the time. Then the most important thing is the Q&A. I will take a lot of mock interviews, a lot of Q&A during the classes, and you will understand how how the flow goes, right? Because learning is something which you can watch on YouTube also. There are some free course materials also, you can go and watch them, but that doesn't mean you will understand something. When until and unless you will do the hands-on and you will get stuck and you will scratch your head, right, for a few days, you will not get to understand the technology. If you agree with me, then please type I agree. If you don't agree, please type I don't agree. But I think you all will agree because you all are techies, right? You all are not someone who doesn't know anything. You just need to add a cherry on top of the cake. Cake you already have. So I have a cloud. We are the cloud architects. I mean, we have a community. So you will all get you. I will try to give all the supports to you, whatever answers you, whatever question answers you have in understanding this. Now I have been working as an SME on Oracle technology. I don't do much of Azure. I don't do much of AWS, right? And whatever trainings we do, we try to like bring in a lot of practical experience, the real life experience in this, right? Which comes in a form of hands-on lab, definitely, right? Theory can be like today you can study the theory from the chat GPT also. Just type a topic in the chat GPT and you will get the theory. Just type what is the network, what components are there networking in OCI. It will give you a lot of components, right? So I have been working with many financial customers. I take many interviews and I do freelancing with some telecoms and some uh, banking customers, right? And I have focused. I mean I have been focused on doing Oracle Cloud, Exadata, ExaCC, ExaCS, right? I focus on these are my main areas. I get a plenty of work around this, so I don't feel a need of going outside because I can see a lot of space around this, right? So rack and all you can see, right? I was also a DB only, right? Doing this rack and data guard, everything. But now in cloud, everything is automated. You don't need, don't need this actually. Rack is two click deployment is the rack in cloud, right? So now, if you think that Oracle, you want to clear your Oracle basics, you want to clear your OCI basics, you want to start as a cloud architect, engineer, or consultant, architect would be a bigger role. I always recommend people to start as a cloud engineer, do the hands-on, or as a cloud consultant, and then you move towards the architect, right? But some experienced people like who are 15, 20 years experience, they can also get like a cloud architect role directly. Also, many people have got who have done the training with us. But I recommend going to a cloud engineer role, which is a more focused role and towards the implementation. So now, see, when I talk about the OCI, right? ExaCC and ExaCS also becomes a very, very important part which many people ask. So this is not a part of this course. That is why I have specifically mentioned here. But to understand this guy, first you have to understand this guy. If you don't know OCI, because OCI is the infrastructure where everything is running, right? And I will also give an overview of these components. which you will understand, right? Once we do the training on the OCI, I'll give you the overview of these components also. What is ExaCC and ExaCS, right? Now, many people will say, ki why OCI and what is OCI and how to learn, right? I mean, you have a lot of material in the internet. If you want to learn, YouTube and Oracle documentations, lot and lot of materials are there. You have the Oracle Architecture Center, which has a lot of material, right? You have the YouTube, which has a lot of material. Then you have your Oracle documentation, right? That is the basic. And I always refer to Oracle docs. I always refer to that for learning anything. So there are a lot of materials you can go, but what we will provide you is a very stringent and concise material, right? Which will cover the topics, whatever is required. No extra stuff. Whatever we do is required, and that is all you need to learn, right? Now, I would like someone to first let us be so many Indian banks are moving to OCI. I think if you go and if you see the SBI itself is on OCI, right? And many customers are now moving to ExaCC. The big banks are moving to ExaCC, which is giving a OCI-like feature, right? So ExaCC is also OCI, right? It's a private cloud. So banks who have the constraint, they move on the private cloud. But before that, I want to ask someone if somebody want to raise the hand who is a DBA. Like, what do you think? Uh, what do you think and why they build OCI or why they build Oracle Cloud? What was the reason behind Oracle to build an Oracle Cloud or a cloud environment for the customer? Anybody who want to answer that? Because I want this to be a two-way communication, and I will like to
Hello.
close the next 10-15 minutes. Will not take much of your time. Then we'll go for the Q&A. Yeah, please go ahead.
To move the on-premises data to cloud.
But why? Okay, that's a good point. But why they will want to move?
Cost, because of cost.
Okay. Any other reason?
Because of costing
Okay. Any
and
other reason? Only costing?
performance, security thing.
Performance. Security.
For
Security.
automation part.
Workload
Want
also
to manage
decrease.
all the infrastructure.
Flexibility.
Flexibility. Okay. Good.
Reduce the manual intervention.
Manual intervention. Yes, that can be. They get more features. So this course is not only for the DBAs. This course is for the system admins, developers. But yes, this course is not for the freshers. If there is anybody who only has 6 months of experience, they can also go. But what they have done in 6 months, just let me know. This is not for a basic college out fresher. They can also learn that, but that will be a bit of more course for him if they can learn, right? I would prefer going them for a foundations course, OCI, right? This is a pure play architect course, right? So it is basically for the experienced people. So yes, if you are a OSC developer, you should know the infrastructure definitely. Otherwise, you will face day in day out problem in understanding the infrastructure, right? Fine. So let me just move ahead a bit and let me tell you, let me understand, let us talk about first this point, right? And then I'll come on the other topics. So this is why this shift from the on-premises to cloud happened, not only in the Oracle, in other spaces also, right? So that happened because, see, every customer wants to save on the cost, wants to scale the environment. Scale means if he is running on 4 OCPU now, if he wants to scale on 40 OCPU, he should not be waiting for the hardware to be added. He can scale immediately, right? Security is one another angle, but then again, I will differ with this because many customers have more secured environment than on-premise, right? But they after some time understands that OCI also provide a better level of security, but it is not that they are not compromising on the security on the on-prem. They have a good security. Security is basically a concern for the customers who they say that will the cloud provide the same amount of security? So yes, the Oracle provide more amount of security, but customer has to implement this, right? Then another cost scaling, then you see automation, right? So in cloud, automation is very big thing. So now, can anybody tell me some few important tasks which a DBA does, or maybe an apps DBA does, or maybe a storage admin does? So let me come to a DBA first. Some important tasks which you do daily, day in, day out basis. Anything which is coming in your mind is okay for me.
Health check.
Monitoring.
Monitoring. Yeah, okay. What else?
Yeah, DBA health check.
Health check, okay.
arm and
Fine.
backup.
Backups,
Arm and backup.
Export,
Backups.
import, export, import.
So that
export,
comes under
import,
the backup, right? That comes under the backup, export, import. That
Yes.
is a kind of a backup, right? You can do export,
performance
import.
tuning, performance tuning.
Performance tuning. Very good.
Yeah,
And
DR
patching.
since
Patching, right?
yeah, patching.
Yeah, patching.
Sorry. What else? What else?
DR
Upgradation.
sync.
management.
Sync.
The-
DR sync. Okay.
Upgradation.
Installation.
Upgradation. Perfect. What else? Maybe
Cloning.
cloning. Yeah. Very good.
Point upgrade.
That comes under the upgrade only, right? Point in time upgrade. That comes under the upgrade only. Then maybe provisioning of new infrastructure. Maybe provisioning of rack. Provisioning
Data
of
guard.
IC.
Data
Data
guard
guard I've
also.
already covered. DR sync, right? Provisioning of rack or provisioning of DR, whatever it is, right?
User
It comes-
management.
User management, right?
Table space
Now-
management.
Table space management, perfect. Data file management and whatever, right? So do you guys know whatever task you were talking about here, right?
Yeah.
In OCI, either everything is automated, right? Or it is only a single click. Do you know that? Either it is automated or it is a single click. Whatever you are talking here. Whatever. Right? So now you tell me, is there a need of a DBA in OCI? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. For doing what? Sorry, I think I just deleted something by mistake. Whatever task I wrote here. So why there is a need of a DBA now?
Yeah, single click also we should
Hmm.
know, right?
Where to click?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect,
it means
perfect
instead of multiple DBAs, at least one DBA should sit and do that task also. They'll do
Perfect answer.
migrate all those things.
Exactly.
Reach and yeah.
So now, what is happening? See, DBA role is going nowhere. It's a very core role. DBA means a core guy. He is a core guy, right? He is not going
Yeah.
anywhere first thing. What the customers are requesting and what Larry Ellison is is requesting to many guys. You know Larry, right? Owner of Oracle, right? Larry Ellison. All the
Yeah.
big giants are requesting the DBAs to upgrade and have the understand where your database is running. Because if you will not understand OCI, the infrastructure where this is running, I think some problem with my PPT. Kiran, are you there on the call? I cannot see an option to annotate on the Zoom. And when I'm doing it using PPT, it is giving some issue. Kiran, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Kiran, can you make me the host, please? I think I'm not the host. That is why I'm not getting the option to annotate using the Zoom. I am only able to annotate using the PPT, and that is giving some issue. Guys, just give me a minute.
Can you please check now?
Okay, let me share it again. Strange, I'm not getting the option still. Just give me a minute. I don't know why. Okay, no problem, Kiran. I'll continue with this. So now, okay. So now what they are saying is you need to upgrade because we, the DBAs, were always stuck with that black screen, right? We always used to see only that black screen, right? We are not aware about what is going in the application space, what is going in the infra space, right? I mean, everybody was having their black screen. Application was having their screen or storage guys there, DBAs there, right? Network admin there, right? But now the cloud, the game has changed. So all these things are either single click, like for example, patching. There's only a single click. You just click and patch, right? It will patch your database. DR sync, two clicks. Your DR is up. Upgrade, easy, very easy. Very easy. I'll just go to the other slide. I don't know why it is just misbehaving. Just give me a minute. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, there's some issue. Okay, now it's working. So what I'm trying to say, uh, I mean, if you take patching, right, only 2-click job. One will pre-check and other will apply the patch. Nothing doing, right? If I talk about provisioning, how much time you will take to provision a rack database in on-prem? Any idea? If I say that I need to create a 2-node rack, how much time it will take? Any rough idea?
At least 1 day required. If
No.
infrastructure is
No,
fine.
see, no, I will not agree to you. Why? See, there's a difference. When my customer orders, right, he says to me, and I am a DBA, that I want a rack, I want 1 rack. You have to calculate all the storage, right? Servers, you will have to calculate the storage, the hardware, the VM where you will install. So you will have to, if you don't have the hardware, you will have to order the hardware, you will have to order the servers, then you will install OS on top of this, right? And then you will create a cluster, and then you are going to install the DB, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
a one-day task actually. As soon as the customer thinks of installing something, it is 1 month task, bro. If the team is very fast, right? It
Yeah.
is at least 1 month task. Now in Oracle Cloud, rack is only a 5-minute task. Because you are already getting all this infra, everything in the cloud. You don't need to worry about that. You'll just you'll start paying. So now the customers are saying in cloud, the game is about CapEx versus OpEx. Anybody who has idea about CapEx and OpEx, what is this?
Capital investment.
Correct. So CapEx is your capital investment. So for example, if a customer wants to build a data center, right? So he will say that I am going to invest, let's suppose 5 crore rupees to bring in the hardwares, to bring in the server, to secure the space, to do the licenses, lot of things, right? So that is called CapEx, capital expenditure, right? What the customer makes initially. And then it comes the operational expenditure. That means OpEx means the cost of the licenses, the cost of the resources, DBA, system admin, right? The cost of the networks. The biggest cost is the maintenance, right? So all this comes under the OpEx. Now, what cloud says that I will give you a very big data center, right? I will give you, this is your DC, which is having like 10 racks like this. I will give you a very big DC, which has 1,000 DCs like this, or maybe 10,000 DCs like this. And you just operate. And whatever you use, right, you just pay for that. So that is called pay as you go. Pay as you go. So it is like a, what do you say, a prepaid plan or a postpaid plan. Whatever you will use, you are going to pay only that. So the capital expenditure becomes very less or almost sometimes zero, because he will pay only for what the bill will be coming, right? So that is why the customers save a lot of money on the capex, and then when they apply automation and all on the opex, right, operational expenditure, when they apply a lot of automations and a lot of techniques which are there, they save a lot of money on the opex also. So when they are saving on both the sides, why would they keep on running and maintaining their infrastructure? Maintaining the infrastructure is the biggest problem of the customer, because they want to focus on the business. They don't want to focus on the maintenance, right? So if let's suppose Swiggy is there, right? So what will Swiggy be thinking of? Swiggy will be thinking of that how can I onboard more and more customers, right? And how I can provide them more and more coupons, right? They don't want to worry about this infrastructure maintenance and all, right? They can pay the money. They have a lot of money. Money is incoming. So they will deploy their servers and their services on such kind of infrastructure which is scalable. So that if, let's suppose on Diwali, they know that orders will be more. So they can scale their infrastructure on the Diwali. And then once the Diwali is gone, 3-4 days are gone, they can descale the infrastructure, right? They will descale and they will say now it is not required. So this should be very flexible. Now cloud gives you that amount of flexibility. Any cloud, AWS, Oracle, GCP, any cloud. Once you understand the infrastructure of the cloud, the basic working of the cloud, it will be very easy to get into any cloud. And I recommend the DBAs to learn any cloud. I'm not saying you learn only Oracle cloud. I am saying the DBA system admins, the Linux, the network experts, all of you should move to cloud, any cloud. But specifically, if you target OCI, which I target because it is moving very fast. AWS, there are a lot of people in market who are training AWS, who are, I mean, working on AWS, who are working on Azure, who are working on GCP. OCI is picking. Maybe after 2 years, there won't be like so much space left. Today, OCI, the customers are searching for good guys who know this. And they are actually in shortage. The customers are in shortage, right? So this is a shift because when the basic mindset shift from the customer came from an angle where they saw ki why I need to maintain so much amount of infrastructure. I don't need to maintain, right? So earlier in the traditional infrastructure, if I ask, right, if I ask in the traditional DC, this is your traditional DC. Can anybody tell me what all components were there? I'm talking about the components of DC. That means one component is storage, right? So I have a storage box here somewhere, right? Where I'm going to do I'm going to store my data. So can somebody tell what are components were there? One is a storage, another
Network.
Servers.
servers,
Routers,
yeah.
switches,
So correct. So there will be routers, right? There will be switches, right?
Firewalls.
There, very good. There will be connected to the firewalls who will be filtering your incoming and outgoing traffic, right?
Yeah.
And firewall will be incoming and outgoing the traffic, right? And what else? So this will be your OS, maybe the VMs, right? VM OS, right? And
Yeah.
then there will be on top of this, there will be databases, right? And maybe you can install an application here on this OS, right? Then there can be the tape storages,
Correct.
right? What else can be there?
It's
AD, Active
Hmm?
Directory.
Active Directory. That's a good component. So I'll connect this to an AD server, which is an Active Directory server. Perfect. What else? What else can be there?
it's infra cooling for AC.
So that's
Little the part.
actually you are the first guy after so much of discussions with everybody, right? Nobody has named this component actually up till now. But this is also one of the biggest costs for the customer.
Yeah.
So very good. I mean, I have taken almost more than 50, 60 master classes up till now. So nobody, even I didn't thought of mentioning this component anywhere. And this is
Now,
very good.
basically, I work on the mother dairy in the data
Huh.
center. So there
Okay,
is
okay.
AC component is very high on important.
Exactly. So this
Yeah.
AC cooling is actually very important because
Yeah.
it takes a lot of money. I know customers who are giving 5 lakh, 10 lakh of bill for AC. When you install your exa CC infrastructure in a private cloud, when the customer installs, there's a pre-requirement from Oracle that you need this much ton of AC and this much power, and everything should be redundant. This AC should be redundant. So
Yeah.
at least
Right.
the customer will be having 3 ACs, not 2, 3 ACs. Because if this is gone, this is definitely gone.
Correct.
Good,
And
good one.
it's minimum 18 or 16 temperature.
Something like that. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Right. You have to keep it on a minimum temperature. You cannot
Yeah.
run it on 22 like we do, right? To save on
No.
electricity bill.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Thanks. So now you have databases, you have OS, you have storage, Active Directory firewall, then you have the web logic servers, right? A lot of chaos, lot of things. A lot of things are there in the data center. Then you can have some different networking components like LAN, WAN, and all those stuff. Now in OCI, what happens, or in any cloud, they say I'm giving you everything as a service. Everything what you see here will be converted to a service. So you will get a service for a VM, you will get a service for the DB, you will get a service for the OS, you will get a service for the network, for the load balancer, for the firewall, everything you get a service. So they converted this whole thing into services. And they say that I will give you a big data center, you start deploying, right? And everything will be converted to service. You use my service, give me the bill. Simple. You use my database, give me the bill. And I'll give you various options for the service. I'll give you various kind of databases, various kind of instances, various kind of CPUs, right? And you use it and you give the bill to me. So rack is real application cluster, Ashish, wherein the databases work in a clustered mode. So if you have two VMs, so DBAs are very rack savvy, right? As soon as they see the term rack, they get to understand what is happening inside that. So basically rack is something where, like, for example, you have one VM, you have, let's suppose 2 DB. This is your DB1 and this is your DB2, right? This is your DB2, sorry. This is your DB2, and both of this is running on a clustered environment. So it is a rack. So if the incoming request comes, it can go to one node and then to another node. So load balance happens and it gives you a very good performance, right? So my question is, my question is, there are a set of customers lying down. Now these guys are going mad now, right? Because they want to move to cloud. But this migration is not easy without the guys like you or the guys like me, right? Because when you will understand what this cloud infrastructure is, then you will help the customer to migrate the database. And customers are looking for migrate the database means migration is second thing. First, you have to understand the infrastructure. If you don't understand this, right, how would you do anything on this? You won't be able to, because now the DBAs are expected to understand the networking. The DBAs are now expected to understand the storage. The DBAs are now expected to understand the routing, which is definitely part of networking. They are expected to understand the load balancer. They are expected to understand the VMs, cost. They are expected to understand the database variants, right? And they are expected to understand the IDCS policies also. That means the security, a bit of security you need to understand. So when you will upskill to this level, right, then you will become a cloud engineer or a cloud DBA who knows what is a cloud, right? And you can just go and do all the things on the cloud. So that is the kind of a things we do in this course, right? So what I'm trying to say that all these things, then I mean, there are a lot of benefits of the cloud, but you have to focus on networking. You have to focus on the storage, right? And mind it, in OCI, right, 70% is networking. This is a very complex topic. Why it is complex? If I give a DB a VM, right? This is a VM hosted on OCI. I ask you as a DBA, right, to connect to my VM. You will, if you don't know the network, right, you won't be able to connect to this VM. I can guarantee that. And if you are not able to connect to a VM database in the OCI or cloud, how would you understand what is running there? Right? The DBAs are expected to understand the storage components, because you will be the guy who will be taking the backups there, right? Now, for understanding all these things, I'll show you something, what kind of labs I have, right? And how those labs will help you. So let me just get on to that. Meanwhile, I'll open up for the Q&A also. So you can ask any question if you want, and I'll show you that lab. So I'll open up for the Q&A for 5 minutes.
Hello. Sir,
Yeah, Jay, go ahead.
sir, hack the data and OCI different or means how?
So it is different. Exadata is different. OCI is different. ExaCC, ExaCS is different. But to run Exadata on cloud, on OCI, right, you first have to understand what is OCI. Because if you don't understand the OCI, how would you run anything on that if you don't understand the infrastructure? Now, asking you one simple question. You work on database, right? Do you know Linux? Without
Yes.
knowing Linux, I'm not saying that you are a master of Linux, right? But you know Linux decently. All the DBAs know Linux very decently, right? Because if you don't know the Linux, how would you work? Getting my point? How would you work? So that is where you need to first understand the infrastructure. Now, see, if you go a deep dive into the labs, right, there are so much of labs. I mean, these are all custom made labs, right? And I am going to perform all these labs with you, and you are going to practice all these labs. And if you see, there are lot of components, and all these things are practically, everything is with the screenshot, with practical, and you will perform this, right? And then you will get to understand, even if somebody does 60-70% of these labs, what is mentioned here, right? He can definitely upskill as an cloud DBA or a cloud architect. Even if you do 60-70% of the lab, you can easily upskill. right? So see hub and spoke, this is a networking thing, right? So like that, there are a lot and lot of things, there are, right? So this is the whole lab documentary. Apart from that, I have all the PDFs and all which you will be going through. So what I'm trying to say, it is actually a complex topic. Understanding this is actually very complex. But if you will like work with us, work with me, I am going to give my plan. I am going to give you a master plan. By the end of the training, you will understand that you got a master plan. From where to read, from where to understand, and I will give you the complete OCI access, close to an admin level where you will perform all the labs during the time of the course. So what happens is now, see, I always say one thing, that if you get a path to upskill, right, you can do it easily. Path means you need to get the materials, you need to get the proper guidance, proper mentorship, right? So I can provide that to you. I've been able to up till help around 1,000 plus DBS. And many of the every time they complete a batch, most of the guys get placed within a month or two. Right. So you need to get onto this master plan, in which you will also have to work with me. It is not that I am going to work, right? When I am going to put the effort, I am going to ask a lot of questions, take a lot of interviews, because I want everybody to succeed, right? Now, if you guys want to ask something, just please ask in parallel. I'll open up. So understanding the architecture, access rules, DBs, how the bastion works, lot of things are there, right? So now I'll just make give it to you for asking some questions, and then maybe I'll tell you one more important thing.
Hi, Krishna.
Yeah, hi, please go ahead.
Yeah, I am recently working as a cloud consultant in OCI itself.
Very good.
I have started my career as a cloud consultant in OCI, but
Very good.
I am not having a complete clarity on OCI.
That is what
I
you will
used
get
to-
here.
Yes,
That is what you will get. See, having a clarity is important. I am telling
Yes.
you, 6 years back when I started learning OCI, right? I was a DBA. I was an Exadata SME. You know the Exadata DMA. So I was an Exadata DMA, Database Machine Administrator. There's a keyword called DMA. There's a separate profile called DMA, which manages the whole databases and the Exadata machine itself. So when the cloud was launched, I started learning that 6 years back, right? The main problem what I faced is because I have to go to that 10,000 page of documentation of Oracle Cloud, right?
Yes.
Oracle Cloud, right? I have to search through, navigate through all those things. It took me a lot of, because at that time there were not so much of materials, there were not so much of videos to learn, and there was not so much of PDFs or PPTs, right? Concise PPTs, concise PDF, concise labs. So that is what I now build, because I understood that material is a lot of, I mean, there are a lot of things going in the market. I cannot go and read everything, right? There, I mean, I'm not Einstein. Nobody is. So that clarity you will get, because whatever labs, whatever materials we have lab material, we have the PDFs, right? We have the Q&A material. So all those things will help you, because that is actually very cut short material, whatever is required. So that clarity you will get when you will work with us. And mind it, guys, it is 70% practical. All the English PDFs I'll give you, you read it. I'll read in front of you, then I'll give it to you. You read it whenever you feel like. But we will be jumping towards the practical. I like doing everything practically with you guys and getting stuck with you guys.
Yeah, Krishna, are we doing the infrastructure with the help of Terraform?
So Terraform is not a part of the course. And by the end of the course, you will understand how easy is the Terraform. Right. So I'll make you understand.
Will you teach in this course Terraform, like a basic what?
If you go deep dive into Terraform, it is itself a 30-40 hour of course, right? But
Yes.
but mind it, if somebody asks you today, writing a Terraform code using a chat GPT is very easy.
Yes.
And if ideally somebody is writing it manually, I feel pity on him. He should not write.
Yes.
He should not write. How to run the Terraform, I'll show you. How easy it is. How easy it is. In Oracle, you will do stack, Oracle Resource Manager. You build the stacks, you run, right?
Yes.
So game is changing, guys. Game is changing. Game is definitely changing. So you want to be a part of that change. Now AI, right? People are saying the AI and all those things, right? But I mean, AI is actually helpful. AI is actually very helpful, but you should know where to use it. Correct. Now I'll show you a sample. Now you mentioned many people ask for Terraform. Huh? Recently I showed my student 2 days back. In one of the interviews, somebody was asking him, "Hey, do you know Terraform?" Right. So I told him to go and answer that yes, I know Terraform, but I will not code. I will make GPT to code for me, right? And I made them understand how to run. Now let's suppose I'll give you one thing. Just give me 1 minute. I'll give you one small thing, and then you will understand how it works. Can you see my screen PDF?
Yeah,
This
yes. Yes.
what you can see my PDF, right?
No, you can see the board,
The PPT you
which
can
we
see,
have
right?
written. No, yes.
Acha, 1 second. Now just give me a minute. I'll show you something interesting. Because many people ask Terraform, but to run a Terraform, bro, you need to understand where you need to run, right? What is a VCN? What is a subnet? If you don't understand that, how will you run? Okay. Now, can you see my GPT window?
Yeah, now we can see it. Yes.
Okay, now see.
Yes.
Can you write a Terraform code, right, for my OCI environment, right, which can deploy one internet gateway, IGW, uh, two VCN, or maybe one VCN, each uh, having one public and private subnet, right? With with uh, all the security list opened for connection from public domain, right? Provide me an zip file which I can plug and play into OCI. Simple. And you can make it more complex. You can go to a level whatever you want. What happened to this guy? Who's thinking now? Your voice is breaking a bit. Somebody was saying something. Hello, guys, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes. Right.
I'll mute you all, maybe.
Hi, Krishna.
Yeah. Meanwhile, please go ahead with your questions.
Yeah,
While
so as I mentioned in the chat also, like
Mhm.
I'm a OAC developer, OAC and OS developer
Mhm.
with around 10 years of experience, right? So my question is,
Mhm.
how would this course, sort of help me getting into OCI? I understand OCI would be on the cloud and itself, but moving from OS and OAC to OCI, how it would help me? Like
It
the
would
way
help you
because
in, it
because
will help you.
because most of these people
Hmm.
most of the people over here as you have mentioned are DBS, right? So as a developer on the OAC and OS, how it will be, I would be getting knowledge, or how I would be
Doesn't,
cleaning
hmm.
interviews and all.
See, it doesn't matter. First thing, I know, see, what matters is for a OAC guy, if you know the infrastructure, right, you can get an extra bucks from any customer, right? Now, start thinking yourself as an architect who knows more and more components. Knowing only OAC is a very good thing, is a good thing. But if you know the whole OCI, where your OAC is working, right? Where is your OAC running? Oracle Analytics Cloud is running on which platform? Tell me. Oracle Analytics Cloud is running on which platform?
On the cloud itself, like
On the cloud itself.
OCI. Yeah.
on the OCI itself, right? It
Okay.
is one
Yeah.
of the component of OCI. So what you are saying, I am asking you to have the whole cake, right? But you
Mhm.
are saying no, I will only eat one piece of it. So as of now, you are only eating one piece of the cake, and you have the whole cake in front of you.
Okay.
Getting your point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mukul, please go ahead. I think
Yeah, hi
GP server
Krishna.
is busy today. Yeah.
Krishna, actually, I'm just want to ask few questions. Like
Go ahead. Go ahead, Baba.
recently I have
Yeah.
done a DBA course, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that was not actually my profile. My profile was
Mm.
different, like desktop support L1, L2 level, and Office
Mm.
365. So that was
Mm.
my profile. So I want to switch. So I have done a DBA course, okay.
Mm.
But now I'm looking for the job for the DBA roles. So I'm not uh, able to find any single job
Why
in
you?
my location.
Okay. See.
So
Hmm.
uh, when I came to know that all are saying that you have to move in OCI, when
Hmm.
I try to connect with the OCI, some people say first you have to do Exadata, then come to the OCI and then cloud. So I just want to know what is the sequence to be a cloud DB and how can I upskill my into the cloud actually,
Hmm.
and what is the
Okay.
possibilities for my job switch if I have done a core DBA course recently.
1.5 months back only, almost 50% of our student got switched with soon after completing the course. Point number one. It is not because we are teaching something out of the box. Understand one thing. It is not that I am teaching something out of the box. वो खाली मुझे आता है किसी को नहीं आता इस दुनिया में नहीं. I am just giving you the actual guidance to what to read, from where to read, what to implement, right? And I am guiding you towards the journey, towards the role. I will make you more specific towards the role. And there are a lot of jobs in the market. You will go and crack easily. Getting my point? So a DBA who knows an OCI for me is a cloud DBA or is a cloud engineer. He will handle my environment in the cloud. Simple.
Okay. So suppose if I have done a core DBA course, okay,
Hmm.
and if I had done OCI, so
Hmm.
so should I consider me as a cloud DBA?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You can go as a
But
cloud engineer or as a
OCI,
cloud DBA.
but as per like cloud is nothing, just a architecture. Either it is a
Exactly.
OCI or Amazon or like GCP,
Hmm.
what it is. But if we are not specific with the DBA related things in cloud, then how can I be able to consider as a cloud DBA? Because if we consider OCI, that will be
Hmm.
the architecture part only.
So
I think.
brother, understand one thing. A
Mm-hmm.
cloud DBA who doesn't know, if I ask you to take a backup on the object storage, right? You are a DBA. You know how to run
Yes.
RMAN. You know how to run export import. I don't need to teach you that, right? I don't need to
Yes.
teach you. But if I ask you to take a backup on the object storage, will you be able to take?
Yeah. Through
How come?
XPDP.
Then you okay. How will you log into the VM? And what kind of what services your VM need to take that backup to the object storage? Do you know that?
So no.
Then that is what I'm trying to explain. Then you have to understand that your VM should having a route to the service gateway first. If it doesn't have a route to the service gateway, you cannot take a backup to the object storage. Correct? And that is where most of the customers are failing with the guys, and most of the guys are also fighting with the customer, and the interviews are getting failed in this thing, right? Because once you will not understand the infra, right, where it is running, what you will do? Once you understand the infra, you are already the master of database. I am not commenting on that. I know that if you are able to log into a VM instance in the Oracle database rack, right, you will troubleshoot everything. Correct? I know that you will do that. All of the DBA will do that. But Baba, DBA ke aspas, there are a lot of surroundings around the database in the cloud. If you don't know that, so you will not be able to even raise an SR. You will raise a SR. I have seen DBAs, cloud DBAs raising an SR. Once the cloud guys, the support team asks that give me the OCID of the VM and the database. They say what? Where to get the OCID? They don't know what is the compartment. If you don't know what is a compartment, you will not be able to find your database. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
If you don't know that in which subnet and what is a subnet, right, your database is residing, then how would you search your database? And that is what most of the DBAs are facing the problem. Now, just somebody asked me for the Terraform. You see, ChatGPT is taking some more time. I don't know why. See, it has given me all the detail. It has created the Terraform, right? See, written all the code. Given you the gist also, right? Now, give me a zip file to upload in the OCI resource manager. This will give you a zip file. Copy that zip file, upload it to the OCI resource manager, Terraform deployed. See, giving you a zip file, right? Just download and upload. But you should know. Now, all these jargons, VCN, Internet Gateway, NAT Gateway, CIDR, routing table security list, protocols, why I am allowing all protocols, right? What is an OCID, what is an CIDR? If you don't know, there are thousands of more jargons, right? If you don't know those jargons, you will not be able to do this. Correct. See, code he is writing for me. Who say to write a code? Right? And can any developer write more fast than this? Tell me. Would anybody be able to write faster than this?
Yeah.
Nobody. So we don't need to go into the mundane task. The mundane tasks are automated by the AI and by the automations. We need to build on top of that. How can we fast? How can we be fast? And how can we deploy something which is more secure? That is our aim, simple. And that is what, I mean, it is not simple, but that is what we need to focus on. See, it is now giving you a zip file, generating a zip file, simply blocking everything. Just as a DBA, you can deploy the infrastructure also.
So one question, like how much exa data or exa CC is important to be a cloud DBA?
It is actually a very good add-on. If you know Exadata and ExaCC, it is a very, very good add-on actually. First thing, right? Now see how beautiful it is given download zip file for the resource manager. See, right? Giving you steps also. Huh? Go to resource manager, stack, create stack, upload stack. Simple, right? See.
Yeah.
So Exadata and ExaCC and this Exadata infrastructure. So this divides into three parts. First, you have to understand Exadata. If you don't know Exadata, you can't learn ExaCC and ExaCS, right? You have to understand Exadata first in order to know ExaCC and ExaCS, right? Now, this is an add-on for a cloud DBA. If a cloud DBA knows the ExaCC, ExaCS, if you are asking for a 30 lakh package, you can get a 40 lakh package or a 35 or 40, 45 lakh package. If you are asking for a 25 lakh package, you can get 30, 35 lakh package. Getting my point? But there is a part to it. You first have to understand the OCI, then you go and understand the Exadata, then you go and understand the database migration, then you go and understand the ExaCC, ExaCS. That is a path. There's a part to it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this course, we will also learn how to migrate database from on-premise to cloud.
Now, good point. Every DBA asks that. Now, this is a pure play infra course, point number 1. Now, once you understand the infrastructure, all these migration methods, which you know already, right? I will take a migration methodology session with you guys. Once you understand the infrastructure first. And then up till now, no DBA has complained after taking this session, and they all understood how to migrate the database. All these technologies you know, right? To migrate, what you have been doing it. The same methods will run in the cloud. Because database migration is itself a 40-50 hour course, understand that. But I will give you that much of sessions, that much of ATP instances and DBCS instances you will work on, that you will understand how to migrate. And I will have a methodological session. So migration is a methodology using the technology which you are already using. Data guard you are already using, right? But if I ask you to create a data guard between two databases, right, in the on-prem, you will immediately do that. Correct? But if I ask you to create a database where one database is on-prem, another is in OCI, then you will get stuck. Correct?
So I think in that case, Golden Gate will come in the picture.
No, that is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
connectivity. Yeah,
Methodology.
connectivity.
Methodology. Golden Gate will come into a picture due to certain method, due to a use case, right? If that use case fits in, you will bring in the Golden Gate. If that use case fits in, you will bring in the ZDM. You have to understand what approach will fly where, right? As per the use case. A customer is there who is
Okay.
want to migrate a 100 terabyte database, right? 100 terabyte. Would you put a Golden Gate there? 99% of DBAs will say, yes, I will put a Golden Gate to migrate a 100 terabyte database. And I can guarantee you that database migration will fail. Why? Because the 100 terabyte database will have the large objects. And large objects are not, a Golden Gate is not a very good component to handle the large objects. Correct? So in that case, you have to use ZDM, zero data loss migration. What ZDM does? ZDM uses internally the RMAN and data guard. Correct. But Baba, if you want to use ZDM, usko use if you don't know the infrastructure. How would you install the ZDM? ZDM ka to abhi I will give you the documentation. You guys are DBA. Fat, in 30 minutes you will install it. Right? But if you don't know that ZDM needs to sit in the between and it has to make a connection to the target and to the source, right? And how the source and target are connecting, how the network is flowing, how the connection is flowing, you will definitely get confused. So all the traditional approach works, right? In the cloud also. But if you don't know the infrastructure, you won't be able to make it work. That is my point.
Okay, and what will be the duration of this course?
40 hours approx, including labs and all.
Yes.
If it goes more than that, that is also okay. Most of the time it goes more than that because I will be, this is actually a project. So what I have done is I have decoupled a architecture, a banking architecture, right, into 40-45 labs, right? Small components. I have decoupled one big architecture into small architectures for you guys to perform.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, hi
You can
Krishna.
please.
Yeah, hi.
Okay. Yeah, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm Jagannath here.
Mhm.
Actually, I have a around 5 year experience as a PL SQL developer, Oracle. But so now I have chosen to go with as a cloud engineer. But I don't have any experience in on DBA. So I think
So you can specifically focus on the infrastructure side, not a problem. You specifically focus on infrastructure in OCI,
okay.
correct?
But right. Just I want to know that it seems I can see that this most of the people which were joined are from DBA. Okay, though it's not like that for if this course is only for the DBA, even
No,
PLSQL
it
developer
is not
also
like
can,
that. It is not like that. It is
because
not only for the DBS.
I have no experience as a DBA role.
And that's okay. So this course is automatically 70 to 80% infra. The DBAs are going to learn the infra. Who told you that you can't learn the infra?
Okay.
Getting the point? The cloud
Yes,
engineers, the pure play cloud engineers who only deploy the infrastructure, that means they only deploy the Terraform, they only deploy the Ansible, they do the infrastructure deployments and all, right?
Okay.
They don't need to touch the database. Even when I was an infrastructure architect, I don't need to work with the database. I only do the infra things.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to clear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So guys, I need to close in next just 5 minutes. I have another call. So what I would say at the last is that, I mean, if you are interested in upskilling, which you need to do today or tomorrow, no other options. And I mean, learn any cloud. I'm not saying learn only OCI, only OCI is there and all, right? Learn any cloud, but upskill. Many of my students in the last batch, many of the students got an offer from like Azure, right? Because they know the architecture. So you see, job openings are there. If you go and search for a OCI job opening, this is a recent screenshot. Go and search. You will get to understand. There are many openings. See, firings are there, right? Firings are there today. A lot of firings are there, but there's a I mean, there's a reason to it. I don't want to discuss in much detail. There are a lot of reasons for the firing. but it doesn't mean that there are no the new jobs are not there. The new jobs are also there, because when a company fires a guy on a 50 lakh package, they also take intake around two guys of 20 lakh, something like that, right? So you need to get the right skill set for tracking these kind of jobs. Now you see this guy, OCI admin, right? So this will only, I can understand from this OCI admin, this guy is only going to do the infra things, nothing else. Now this OCI administrator, this guy is expecting the guy to know infra and database both. Correct. See, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Engineer. Now this guy will be particularly working on infra things only. I was a DBA, I became an Exadata DMA, then I started as a cloud engineer. Up till 2 years of my journey as a cloud engineer, I never touched the database in cloud. I only worked on the infrastructure. Although I was in DBA, right? After 2 years, they asked me, now you handle infra and database both, because now you know both, right? So now you handle both. I said, okay. I started handle database migration, infra and all, right? And then because I knew both of the things, so now I have a team of people, like 25, 30 people reporting to me, and they do the migrations, the DBAs. They are the cloud DBAs, but I handle all the infra security part, and I make the plan with them. I make the architecture with them, and then they migrate. I don't migrate. But if you don't know the holistic angle, right, then you will get stuck. And there are a lot of things. And don't take it lightly, there are a lot of things. I'm telling you, you will scratch your head. It is not that simple. I mean, it is not that typical also, but you will have to understand it. I mean, you will have to spend some time.
Hi Krishna, Veeresh here.
Hi,
Sorry
Viresh.
to interrupt.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so I have around 8 years of experience as Oracle Labs, DBA Core, and WebLogic, as
Mhm.
well as OCI. I have worked on a couple of migration projects.
Mhm.
So from last 2-3 years, I'm migrating.
Mhm.
So 2-3 projects I have worked.
Mhm.
So migration in the sense like from
Mhm.
the VM build, we have started kind of
Mhm.
a thing.
Mhm.
But the main challenging part, like complicated part,
Mhm.
what I was felt is the networking part.
Mhm.
So that is where, and even the policies like identity
Correct.
access management.
Correct. Network and IDCS are complex actually.
Yes.
You're
So
right.
these are the two which we have never got a chance. There was a different team which was handling. Most of the time, Oracle only handled these two part.
Right.
So how deeply we are going to like when we start the course, how deeply we are going
70
to
to 80% is networking in this course.
yeah. Okay, 7 to 82%, like practically we are going to
70%. Yes, yes,
perform
yes.
these things.
Yep.
Yeah, because as I have worked on 3-4 projects, migration is not a big deal because until unless we know
Correct.
the networking and the IDFC part.
It's good you said that. That is what I'm trying to explain the guys.
Yeah.
And when the guys do the course, then they understand why a DBA should know the infrastructure. वरना migrate कैसे करोगे भाई?
That's what like as per my experience, creating VMs is also
हाँ.
not that much easy. Within 1-2 sessions, we can
हाँ,
get
हाँ.
it. No,
Two
no,
clicks.
like 1-2
2-3 clicks.
sessions. Within
हाँ.
1-2 sessions, we
हाँ,
can
हाँ.
create a VMs and all. But the
Easy.
networking part, creating subnets and
Yes.
though
Exactly.
that was very complicated, which I have felt.
Exactly. Networking and IDCS you rightly mentioned is very complex. And our
Yes.
course covers around 65 to 70% of that on networking and IDCS. And then 30% all the databases, ATP and all these things, VM and all, right? So that is easy. Once you understand the network, now your life is good. The people will go and explore itself by themselves, right? Easily. But
Yes.
if you don't understand how the network is flowing, always the guys will get stuck. And the same problem I also faced. That is why I'm telling you now, up till 2 years when I became a cloud engineer, I only worked on the networking. I mean, only worked on the infra. Because database, so I know, है ना? Abhi I'll go and spin up a ATP, spin up a DBCS, connect to them, the same RMN command, the same thing. Correct.
Yes, that's not a big
Database is
deal.
database, right? That's not a big deal. That's not a very big deal. But infra is actually a big challenge. And without understanding that, you can't move it actually.
Yes, that's what.
Nobody will hire you,
Correct.
and nobody will give you the infrastructure to log in even, right?
Correct.
Because abhi wo that is a pure DC. My point is when you are a cloud DBA, you are having the access to the whole DC now.
Yes, correct.
Correct. And you are more critical resource now than an DBA. A cloud DBA is a more critical resource. because he has the access to the DC directly. If you want, you can delete the exa instance. Correct?
Yeah, correct. That is also one point.
Right. If you
Yes.
want, you can go and change one route table, the whole data center will vanish.
Yes.
If you only change one route, right?
Yes.
The whole data center will vanish. So now role is critical. So that is what I'm trying to understand, trying to make you understand. Infra is super critical.
And one more, like any one or two sessions on the EXA parts, because I have the
Yeah,
hands-on
so
on the
I have
DBAS.
I will provide an overview session on the
Yeah.
EXA also.
Yeah, because
Overview, right?
till now
Overview.
I have worked on a DBAS part of thing.
ठीक है, मैं समझ गया. ठीक है, I'll provide the overview. Now what happens is na, see guys, try to understand this as a journey, right? See, we cannot learn everything in one day, one night.
Yes.
Right? And nobody can teach everything in a single course. Because if a person is intended to teach tech, right? Because I am not a trainer, I am an architect, right? I do day in, day out things and I experiment things, right? And I bring those experiments as a part of the training. Even that is why I teach only 1 to 1.5 hours a day, because I don't have that much time, right? So if you are intended to understand something, it will take around 40 hours to understand one thing. Database migration, 40-hour course. EXA-CC, EXA-CS, 40-hour course. Right? OCI, 40-hour course. It cannot be, I mean, if somebody is fooling, if somebody is saying, no, we can cover everything. No, he is actually fooling you and he is going to do a PPT show. I am telling you.
Correct. Yeah,
And
that's
PPT shows are not good for us. We are techies, we don't know PPT show. And I personally don't like PPT show. Are PPT I'll give you for 20 documents, you leave it, you read it when you are free, right? Have a cup of coffee and read those documents. All the English are there, right? Whatever
Sure.
PPTs are required, I will read definitely in front of you where I want you to understand. But I don't believe in the PPT show. Now, somebody can say I'll teach like in 50 hours OCI, EXA-CC, EXA-CS, data, EXA data migration, OCI. But then he will only end up teaching in the PPT, nothing else. उसमें फिर वो मजा आएगा नहीं, वो बेकार है.
Yeah, correct.
No point of
Hello,
doing
hi
it.
Krishna.
Yeah, please go ahead. The last question. I need to start one call. I am already 5 minutes delay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Hi Krishna. Right now I
Motorola
am
Edge, please tell
working
me.
in.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
Right
yeah.
now I am
Go ahead.
working as a SQL developer. I
Mhm.
don't have experience in DBA side. Right
No
now I
problem.
have planning to join Oracle DBA. I have registered
Hmm.
also in Learnomate.
Hmm.
In finally, without DBA knowledge, I cannot learn OCA directly, right?
Who said that?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Who said that?
No, I am asking.
No, you can. No. Okay. You can definitely. You should learn that.
Okay.
No other option
Oh,
for you, bro. No other option for you.
okay.
No other second
Without
option.
Oracle DB.
Huh?
Without Oracle DBA knowledge, I
Y-
can learn
You can.
directly OCA MS.
Yes,
Okay,
OCI
okay,
is
sure.
an infra. So in that case,
Okay,
you can go and search for jobs like cloud engineer, cloud infra
okay,
engineer, cloud platform engineer, cloud SRE role, right? Where you will not manage the database. Anyways, if you go to any big customer, he will not give you a database. He will give the database to a guy who has been already working as a Oracle DBA since past many years. Getting my point? So slowly you will have to pick up. So infra would be a good thing for you to start.
Hi Krishna. I thought with
Hmm.
okay, Krishna. I thought
Yeah.
directly I can't learn OCA. That's why I'm
No,
asking.
you can. Even a fresher can learn OCI. That is not a problem, but he should learn the foundation course first. But since you know PLSQL and this, so you can come to the architect course. Yeah.
Hi Krishna.
Hi,
Yeah,
hi,
Hi
Krishna.
Krishna. So last final
I'll
thing,
take this 1 minute. I'll take last two questions, then I need to close
last
this call.
question,
Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Krishna.
Krishna, I have general.
I just wanted to
Okay.
ask, like you'll be teaching all this OCA and all. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say I'm going for an interview or something. So
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned that you will be providing sort of project as well, right? You have developed some project. So in an interview, how many years of experience I can tell that I have in OCI with
See,
after completing the course.
first thing I recommend, because we will have the mock interviews with you. I will show you how to prepare your resume and all. First thing I always urge to my students that don't fake anything. in the resume, because in this whole project you are going to actually do so much of things that you will not need to fake actually, right? But if you want to mention, you can mention 1 year of experience. I will let you know how to make your resume, and once you will feel confident, nobody will ask this. I'm telling you. They will read your resume and ask you the scenario. And if you know the scenario, which we will be definitely practicing day in, day out, right? You will beat the interview. Simple. If you want to write 1 year, you can write.
Okay.
No need to fake. People, there's a shortage of people, right, in this market. Why you need to fake? Oracle Cloud is only 5 years born child, right?
Correct. Understood. Thank you.
So when you are technically sound, when you know the scenario, nobody needs to fake, as per my understanding.
Okay.
Hi, Krishna. I have one general question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, in this Oracle Cloud infrastructure you are telling, right? Because is there any educational qualification is matter here? Means from engineering background or any particular?
No.
It's not like
No,
that, right?
no, no. The
Because
only thing,
I'm
the
a
only thing.
non-technical guy. Yeah.
So, Yatish sir, what I tell you, as per my experience,
Yeah.
I've been from
Yeah.
a very tier B college, right? I was not a very tier A college kind of student, right? So,
Okay.
what I observed in my career, I started from a very less salary in my career, and I have grown up. I was in many big like banks and companies, then whatever it is. What I have observed in my career and today's market, I can see the only value is for the skill set, nothing else.
Okay.
Even
Because
if you
why
go to big
that question
companies,
arise? Yeah.
even if you go to big companies, Oracle, Apple, Google, you will see the people who are coming from different backgrounds, right? But their skill set is very strong. Nobody, this TCS Infosys will ask, कि 12th में 70% you got or not, right? In 10th, how much your percentage? You go and give interview to Google and Oracle and Apple, they will never ask this percentage thing to you. They will only ask about your skill set, nothing else. And once your skill set matches, they are open for the
Why?
negotiation.
Why? Because I'm asking this question because lots of this JD when I saw lots of JDs they are writing that means educational background is like some B background like that because I'm a
No.
non-technical
Okay.
guy. I'm from
Go and
commerce background.
go and search the JDs for if you want to do something, do it. I mean, to an extent, to the maximum extent what you can do, right? Put all your things into it. So definitely you will have to put in more efforts in comparison to the efforts what is being put in by these DBAs, right? They will need to put 50, you will need to put 200. That is what the difference will lie. You go and search Oracle Jobs Portal, Microsoft Job Portal, Google Cloud Job Portal, right? You will not find this thing mentioned there.
Okay.
They will only
Hello,
mention.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is Danish. Actually, I have one question. If
Hmm.
someone has already completed the CCNA course, is learning OCI a good option?
100%. 100%. You will be an OCI network expert. And I am planning to launch a course only for the networking guys in OCI.
Like, but whether it is fresher or experience? Is it for good
Anything.
for fresher or
Anything.
experience?
If you are from a network background and you
Okay.
learn OCI, you will become the OCI network expert. And there's a lot of requirement in the market for this. I am also going to launch a course next month, which will only allow the networking guys to enter into that course. And that course is only OCI networking, nothing else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So guys, I'm just closing. Thank you for today. I have a call starting. So please get in touch with the Learnomate team. And whatever questions are there, you tell them and I can answer that there over the WhatsApp and email. Yeah. So take care, guys. I hope you found this session useful a bit. And let's connect. Whosoever joins the class, let's connect there. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you,
Thank
Krishna.
you, Krishna.
Thanks.